Hello, Friday night. Marty Braden coming to you for day 52 of my journey to alignment. Today's power statement said, I'll beef up 2 more of my lessons and get them ready to record. Bam! Let me show you. Here's lesson 5. I'm going to take the paper clip off. Show you that page. There's that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the 2 worksheets. So I added about 3 pages to that, beefed it up, I went through it. I really feel comfortable with it. It's going to flow nice. I think it's going to be one of the fun ones, dealing with testing your business, which is so important. And here's lesson 6. Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and again this, and I talk a little bit more about this and kind of run through an example or two and how fun it is. Actually, it looks like a lot of work and a bunch of accounting. It's not. It's really playing with the factors and putting in the how many sales and what you think you're going to make per sale, what do you want to charge per sale, what percentage of commission you want to make. It's just really fun, and then you push the button and bam, it shows up with all the answers. So 2 more lessons in the bank. Okay. I'm going to show you my to-do list. It's very small because the highlighted one is do lesson 5 and 6 and beef them up and get that done. Done. Bam. So great. I do want to say this. It's time to answer Croy's Get Honest with Yourself questions. And that's great. I just want to say that on the onset here that I repeat them a lot, but it's really an accounting to me, so I can check with myself. Am I being honest with myself? Am I keeping my word to myself? Am I ending strong as I stay strong, as I started strong? And so it's answering those questions. So I am doing what I tell my folks. If I'm going to coach folks this way and say the first step to success is to get honest with yourself, that's what I'm doing. Did you wake up early and start strong? I did. Did you start your morning with power? Yes. Were you productive throughout your day? 2 right there, more lessons done. Did you get the most important things done today? Yes, I did. That's what needed to get done for Friday and got them done before my weekend started. Did you move your goals forward? Yes, I did. And I'll come back to that in a moment. Did you show up the person you wanted to be with Kathleen? And yes, I did. Friday nights are always fantastic because they've always been Kathleen's and my date night for 44 years now. And after I said, she's home, and hugged her, she said, yeah, it's Friday and I can do anything I want. And so I asked her, what is it that you want to do? She said she wanted to make some homemade squash soup for her dinner. She's just that kind of gal, so fun, so dedicated to the BLE. So it's just great. And so I said, then while you're doing that, I'm going to go get myself a KFC dinner and come home and watch a movie with you up there in A or B&B room that we have, since we don't have any guests staying here tonight. She said, that's great. While you're there then, get me a thigh so I can save it for my lunch tomorrow. I said, will do. And so we went to the movies there as our date night tonight. And I decided to go back in to do something because she thought that she would really enjoy watching Anne of Green Gables and a series of that. Ooh, I'm excited for her. That's me. And she loved that. And so that's great. I'm glad she was able to do that. The next question Croy asked is, what was the one thing out of all the things you did today, Marty, that you know you can improve on? In other words, was there any failure you had today that you can turn into a tool of success? The fact is, I could have, in fact, and should have planned better and actually called Kathleen at work earlier in the day, and even better, maybe earlier in the week, and actually called her up to ask her out on a date for tonight. I think that would have been more romantic, of course, and more exciting for the both of us, and I'm sure she would have enjoyed looking forward to her date on Friday. It sends a much bigger message than just asking her at the last minute, do you want to do something tonight? I'm sure it would have felt more like a real date. The tool of success I could have used and should have used was to pull out my connection maker tool that keeps the romance going. It's the whole idea of connecting and keeping the romance going, and that tool has got to be in my head and doing things like I did years ago when I started to ask her out on the date for the very first time. Doing those things creates real connections, and if not, after time, it starts to come apart and deteriorate, and then when struggles come, it's much easier to disconnect and run away. I know this. If I keep doing what I did many years ago, when I first was dating her, I would have had all sorts of thoughts about it. I would have thought down earlier in the week and called her and said, what are you doing Friday? Call her on the money, do that. What's some good things you'd like to? In fact, I think I've got a couple ideas we can do. I'll surprise you when I come. Had I done that, I know it helps connect. I know it creates that romance and that feeling. And so that's what I could have done better, and I'm going to do better. Of course, I still feel those things, but I need to do more to keep the romance going. That's the tool. Keep the romance going with your sweethearts. And this is just one other way of doing it. The next question is, what was my biggest success today? I think the one thing I did today that I can call my success is that I pretty much stayed on task and started with the most powerful task, the lessons, after I had checked my emails and checked my bank accounts. Just went right into that. But I have to tell you, my biggest success today, I think the one thing I did today that I can call my success is that Kathleen gave me some honeydews and asked me to do them before she went off to work. She even texted me a to-do task before, just right when she got to work, that she remembered and asked me to go and get that done. So I did those things by making them my highlighted 3. I only had 1 there, but I made them highlighted on a little sticky note, and I did those things first so they could be done, and she could not have to worry about whether I got them done or not. So they're done and off my list. Way to go, Marty. Next, what movie did you watch in your mind today, Marty? Did you make time for them? Of course, I pre-played my Hawaii movie, and I imagine once again me going to Kathleen's work and celebrating her retirement from her job with all the hoopla and the balloons and flowers. That's in my mind deep. I'm so excited about having that day in the future here. I then pre-played my Vision movie, just enough to get that sense of excitement that I wanted to get up to the office and get after it. So that's what I did. The next question is, what's the one thing you did that made you feel successful, Marty? Well, I have to show you this. I want you to take a look at that. Those are the 12 lessons, and as you see, half of them are done. Bam! Half of them are done. Before I know it, I will be ready to do the recording of all 12 of these lessons. I put little boxes to check off and record it and finish each lesson to the right. When I get to recording, I'll do the same thing. Boom, 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 boom. Right now, I'm halfway through beefing them up, and before I know it, I'll have all 12 lessons done, ready to do that recording. That really makes me feel successful. Those are those things from my portal of my mind are coming right here into the world of the physical. It's getting so close. The next question is, now rate your day's effort, Marty. Well, I gave myself a 9 today. I say 9 again because I took little time for myself today and did some more reading in the Plus Factor. And I played my 2 podcasts again that I've done. I wanted to re-listen to them and compare it to some others and kind of see if it motivated me, what I liked, and would I have stayed listening to what I was hearing. Was it enthralling enough? Did it create enough curiosity? And so I was quite excited about that. Seeing all these pieces coming through the portal of my mind. Oh, it's getting so exciting. The next question is, if this was the only thing you got done tomorrow, Marty, and it still would still make you feel like it was a success, what would that one thing be? And now put it into a power statement for tomorrow. Well, I decided to make my power statement say this. I will beef up 2 more of my lessons and get them ready and for recording, and then spend the rest of the day with my wife, Kathleen. Tomorrow's Saturday, and that just sounds perfect for me. Okay, let's end the day strong. Here's what I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful for the Win the Morning, Win the Day routine that helped me get started with my mini exercising. For the last couple of days, I have worn shirts like this that I haven't been able to fit in more than 4 years. I haven't gone and weighed myself yet, but I'm sure I've lost 10, 12, maybe 15 pounds in the nearly 60 days I've been doing this. So I'm so blessed and so grateful for how it started out tiny, and it's gone a little bit more, getting more and more easy to do, and I'm going to be doing more in the future. So I'm excited. That's a real start of accomplishing that, losing 75 pounds for 2020. So grateful for that. I'm also grateful for the tools Kathleen and I have learned over the years, such as setting the table. And there's a third option for us to choose to go to whenever we have a disagreement or there's some things that's in conflict that we're feeling disconnecting happening. It allows us to work through those differences in such a way that it doesn't hurt feelings and it doesn't cause serious disconnection with these situations. I love those two principles, in fact, are the great ones that we really are enjoying, and it's been very helpful. Also, I'm grateful for the tool of Jody Moore's model, the CTFAR model, and that stands for circumstances, thoughts, feelings, or emotions, actions, and results. It's really quite a unique model that we got to understand how to circumvent, but it's all dealing with the thoughts, and the thoughts create the results at the bottom when you really stop to think about it. If you're not careful, your thoughts will become the exact result that you don't want. And so I'm very grateful with that. Been using it and teaching it, and I'm happy about it. Anyway, another day has hit the sunset, and I'm still living the dream with purpose and power. So, bam, done. I'll see you tomorrow, right here, same time in the evening. But until then, I wish you all continued success. Good night.